everybody, good morning. Mr. Nash here. Hopefully everybody is having a great Tuesday morning so far. I just wanted to drop this video, and it's going to be the lesson for the day. It's going to have an assignment attached with it. That assignment, just like last week and the week before, is due on Friday. It's going to be the only assignment that we're going to be doing this week, but it's going to be more of a project-based assignment because there's going to be 3 parts to it. Okay, so when I was developing this lesson here, I was really just thinking about the economy. Okay, and when thinking about the economy, I was just really reflecting on and trying to think deeply and critically about how can we open this economy safely and allow business owners really to flourish again. And they won't flourish again right away, but we got to start having customers coming into these businesses. It's going to motivate the business owners. It's going to motivate the people that are kind of getting out a little bit to get out even more, spend a little more money, and get this economic machine that we have here in the United States going again. We've got to start somehow. We've got to start sometime, and it's got to be soon. So it kind of got me thinking about how are we going to reopen this, right? So we're going to do kind of a thought experiment for this lesson. And the thought experiment, like I said, it's going to have 3 parts to it. It's going to allow you, excuse me, to think critically, think deeply. It's going to allow you to reflect on those thoughts. It's going to allow you to create original solutions to problems. And it's going to allow you to draw out those solutions to the problems visually. Okay, so there's going to be 3 parts to this. And again, all due on Friday. So today we are going to be doing a thought experiment. Okay, so we're going to be doing a thought experiment. And again, I was going through my news feeds and I saw a guy cutting hair at his own barbershop, right? So he was a barber. And what he came up with, and it wasn't anyone else's thoughts, or it was just all him thinking through the problem and saying, hey, how in the world can I reopen my barbershop safely, right? How can I do it safely? So what he came up with was ingenious. So he made this like system of PVC pipes, right? And it was probably 3.5 feet wide, 6 feet tall, and it just PVC pipes came up and around on the top, and it had clear like plexiglass. It could have even been like saran wrap wrapped around that PVC pipe. And the only thing, and they were on wheels, right? So you can kind of maneuver around the client as he's cutting his hair or buzzing his hair up or her hair up. And the only thing that was exposed with this barber, there was a little slot in the saran wrap or the clear plexiglass that was attached to these PVC pipes. The only thing that was exposed were his hands. So he was all behind this plexiglass thing from head all the way down to his feet. The only thing was a slot that he can maneuver his hands around that got out to the client to clip him up, to cut his hair a little bit. And I thought this was really innovative. Over the weekend, my little sister Kelly gave me a haircut. Right, she did a great job. And there's got to be a way for these barbershops and salons to open up, and restaurants and other stores open up safely, right, to get this economic machine going again. So that's really the nutshell of what this thought experiment is going to be about. Okay, so again, we are going to be thinking critically. We're going to be thinking deeply about some things here today with this thought experiment. We're going to come up with original solutions with this thought experiment, and we're actually going to visually draw it out what it would look like in this place of business that I want you to kind of think about. All right, so today I want you to wrap your head around this, okay? And I'm going to give you 2 choices. So you are going to act as if you are the owner of either a McDonald's restaurant, okay, or a barbershop or a salon. Okay, so you are going to act as if you own this McDonald's restaurant or you own a barbershop or a salon. Okay, and we're going to start to brainstorm and think critically about potential problems that are going to come about with opening up your McDonald's or opening up your barbershop or salon as it relates to keeping the client safe and keeping yourself safe as an employee there at the McDonald's or the salon. Okay, so let me put that up for you guys. And again, I'm going to have very detailed directions that are going to be attached to the classroom as well. Okay, so your choices: a McDonald's restaurant owner or the owner of a barbershop or a salon. Okay, and again, what kind of problems are you going to be facing with bringing clients in? How do you protect the clients, and how do you protect yourself from COVID? How do you reopen up your business? How does that look? How does it feel, right? How does it look? How does it feel? So, first step of the exercise, I want you to brainstorm. I want you to brainstorm potential problems that you see, that you can think about, that come about opening up your restaurant and making it safe, okay? So, for instance, if you were the McDonald's restaurant owner, do you, for instance, and this is totally out there, do you put somebody in like a bubble suit before they come into the restaurant and place their order, right? And it doesn't have to be that extreme, but that's kind of the thought process that you can take. You can be as extreme as you want, or do you just put X's to keep people 6 feet away, 6 feet apart before they actually order their meal right there at McDonald's? Or again, if you're the barbershop or salon owner, how does that look? How do you cut hair? Again, do you wrap the client from the neck down in saran wrap so nothing can get into the saran wrap, nothing can get past it, with a face mask? I mean, how does that look? I told you one idea where the barber had this like shield, but the only thing that came out were just his hands, and he was able to kind of maneuver around the person's head and cut their hair, right? So I'm really, really excited to see what you guys actually innovate, what you guys come up with. And no idea is wrong. So keep that in mind. No idea is wrong. It's just a thought experiment, right? Get your minds working a little bit. Get you thinking critically about some problems and creating solutions around those problems. So there's no wrong answer. So try to get as creative as possible. So when you are doing this brainstorm, right, I want you to come up with at least 5 or 6 different problems that you see that need to be addressed, right? So, how does the person grab the ketchup at McDonald's? How does that look? Do they have to put their hand through like a glove and grab the ketchup and put them into a bag or something like that? So, for instance, over the weekend, I dropped off my truck to get serviced, and when I dropped it off, I had to put my keys literally in a Ziploc bag. The gentleman zipped it up, right? And then when I came back the next day to pick up my truck when it was done, what happened was my keys, the key shaft, the metal part of the key was poked out of the bag and placed into the ignition, right? So that technician never touched my keys. Right? He never touched my keys. So those keys are sterile at that point, right? They're sterile. So that's the type of innovation they came up with. That was done to protect myself and to protect their employee, okay? So when you're brainstorming, it doesn't have to be clean on a piece of paper. So like when I was brainstorming this lesson, here's what I kind of did. It's just thought all over the page. So when you're brainstorming, you think about, all right, well, you put yourself in the shoes of the McDonald's restaurant owner or the barber or the salon owner, and you say, all right, well, I have to open up my business. What do I have to be concerned about? What are the potential problems that are that I'm going to encounter as that McDonald's restaurant owner or as that barber or salon owner? And just dump your thoughts on a piece of paper. Again, there's no right, there's no wrong answer. It's just your thoughts. You're reflecting on this issue. You're reflecting on the type of problems that could come about as the McDonald's or the barbershop owner or the salon owner. So again, brainstorm your ideas. Throw it all on the paper. Come up with at least 6 problems that you can that you'll encounter along the way as you reopen the McDonald's restaurant or the barbershop or the salon. Okay. Step 2 of this exercise or assignment. Once you've done your brainstorm, once you've thought about at least 6 problems that you can see from opening up that restaurant or the barbershop is come up with solutions to those problems, right? So pick those problems apart, come up with solutions. I gave you a couple, like the key in the Ziploc bag, so the employee doesn't touch my keys, and I don't infect him, he doesn't infect me. The barber that has this plexiglass thing in front of him, and the only thing that is coming out of the plexiglass are his hands, so he's protected, and his customer is protected as well. Again, McDonald's, how do you keep them safe? Totally outlandish idea, but it's totally okay. Put the person in a bubble suit, allow them to come in that way, right? So then they're sterile. You know they're not going to transmit any disease. And again, it's just a thought process. It's just a thought process, and I want you to think as the business owner, okay? So once you've come up with some solutions to those problems, right? You're going to jot them down. The next step I want you to do is this. I want you to draw what it visually looks like for the customer inside the McDonald's or the barbershop. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So with a piece of paper and a pen, and again, if you can't draw, don't worry about it. I can barely draw a straight line. You can tell by my handwriting. I want you to draw, what does it look like for the customer in that barbershop or the salon? Or what does it look like at the table at the McDonald's restaurant, right? Is there a bubble over the food? Is there a whole shield around the table? Draw that out. What does it visually look like? You can take one aspect of this, one problem that you came up with the solution, and draw it out. What does it look like? So draw that barber chair or chair or that salon chair and draw the person in it. What does it look like, right? What type of solutions did you come up with to protect the client, to protect the business owner? What did you come up with? Draw it out. You can use stick figures or something like that, or really get into it. It's up to you. Like I said, if with my example with the barbershop guy, with that plexiglass thing, you draw a stick figure of someone cutting somebody's hair with the plexiglass shield, with just his hands coming through. So draw it out, visually see your solutions. It's all part of the thought process, okay? So step 3, obviously, draw out what it visually looks like for the customer, either at the McDonald's or at the salon or barbershop. Okay. So what I want you to do, guys, is this. We're doing a thought experiment. It all revolves around you guys acting as if you were a business owner of the McDonald's restaurant or a barber or salon place to cut people's hair. So it's your choice, either McDonald's or the barber or salon. You want to think critically, think deeply about at least 6 different problems that you can come up with that revolves around opening that business back up and keeping yourself safe and keeping your customers safe. So what does that look like? What kind of problems do I think that will come about? Well, I know there needs to be some kind of protection when they come in. I know I need hand sanitizer. I know I need wipes. Again, what are some problems? How do you handle the money transaction? How do you keep your employees safe? Let's say in the McDonald's, in the back cooking the food, how does that look? Do you put plexiglass in between each person? How does that look for you? Again, there's no right, there's no wrong answer. It's just a thought experiment, right? Get you guys thinking critically about something and deeply. Once you have your brainstorm done, and again, your brainstorm, it's just dumping your thoughts on a piece of paper, right? You can do it as an outline. You can do it just free form like this. It's just dumping your thoughts about this issue on a piece of paper. Think about your brainstorm. Come up with ideas that relate to that problem. Once you have your brainstorm done and your 6 problems that you can see, come up with original solutions to those problems, okay? Once you come up with original solutions to those problems, I want you to visually draw what it looks like in that barbershop or salon or the McDonald's restaurant. And again, just pick one aspect of the barbershop, salon, or the McDonald's. So for an example, let's say you found and you thought about a problem about keeping the tables clean, right? So you're going to draw a table at the McDonald's restaurant that you own, and you're going to draw your idea. So for instance, let's say you came up with an idea of putting saran wrap around that table, and you draw that saran wrap around the table, and that saran wrap protects that table from getting dirty. And then after that customer's done at the table, you take the saran wrap off, you throw it out, put a new one back on. Okay, so then you know it's clean. All right, so these are some of the things that you want to talk about. So again, thought experiment. You're going to pick either you're a McDonald's restaurant owner, or you're a barber, or a salon owner. Brainstorm potential problems that you're going to have when you open the restaurant or salon, and keeping it open to make sure that the customers and yourself are safe. So what kind of problems do you have? Try to come up with 6 of them. Once you have those 6 problems, come up with original solutions to those problems. Okay, come up with original solutions to those problems. And then third step, I want you to visually draw one of those solutions that you came up with at either your McDonald's or your barbershop. Okay. All right. So that is the assignment for this week. Again, it is due on Friday. Try to have some fun with this. Do not stress out over this at all. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. There's only, do you hand it in or do you not, right? So again, don't stress over this. Be really creative. Again, go way outside the box. Like I said, wrap the person in a bubble suit. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong answers. I'm really, really excited to find out and hear about what you guys come up with. And you never know. What you come up with could be innovative, and it could be passed along to business owners to allow them to open up their business. So if that happens, that would be unbelievable. I'd be super proud of you guys. So again, if you have any questions, give me a quick email. I will be back to you guys in no time once I receive the email. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you when I see you.